So welcome to another episode of With the Farmer. So in this video, we wanted to actually talk about oil palm farming. Oil palm farming is a kind of investment that I'll call it a lifetime investment, because when you have an oil palm, it will take nothing less than at least 30, 40 to 50 years. So that is why I say it is an lifetime investment. So let's talk about three things that you need to understand if you want to actually start your oil palm farming. So let's dive into the video. So first of all, let's talk about the land areas. If you wanted to start your oil palm farming, you have to understand the land area for you to actually start your oil palm farming. First of all, the land area, at least you need at least 10 hectares of land, which is equivalent to 25 acres of land to start your oil palm farming. However, you know, when you talk of subsistence farming, you can have a low, not up to that. But for a commercial oil palm farming, you need at least 25 acres, which is equivalent to 10 hectares. And the second thing you need to understand in starting your oil palm farming is the kind of oil palm you actually wanted to plant. So now, listen carefully, because this is actually some arguments which I will a little bit clarify. Now, you know, when you talk of oil palm seed, varieties of oil palm, some people will tell, let's talk about the varieties first. We have the Dura, we have the Passifera, and we have the Tenera. Now, many people will be telling you there is what is called Super Gene, but there is nothing like Super Gene varieties. It is a brand. Now, the Tenera is actually gotten for Dura and Passifera, which they breed to get Tenera. So that one is actually as a result of Nigerian this thing. But some people actually believe that getting a kind of variety from outside the country, we make them like is a kind of way for their oil palm to be successful. But the truth is that even if you get any variety from outside the country, I can categorically tell you that most of it will not still have the same, at least, or of the same standard with Tenera. That is why the reason why many people is actually shouting Super Gene. Super Gene is actually a brand from Malaysia, which they have Super Gene oil palm seedlings, oil palm seeds. They have seedlings, Super Gene maize, Super Gene oil, all varieties of crops. And it is a brand. You can actually Google it, you understand more about it. So there is nothing like Super Gene oil palm. It is still Tenera they are indirectly selling to you, because when in the in 80s, the Malaysia actually, information has it that Malaysia actually came to Nigeria to get our oil palm and went ahead to work on it to get their own, the one that will be suited for their area. That is why Malaysia is one of the largest palm oil producer in the world right now. So don't let anybody trick you. If you intend in planting an oil palm, always understand that the oil palm that you're actually planting is Tenera. And don't let them sell, at times they will sell Tenera for you and they will claim that it is actually Super Gene. That's just the truth, because that is how it is when you are desperate in getting Super Gene. And some people don't have conscience, and if you if you think you are smart, and they are smarter than you, because by the time you see even the Super Gene that they gave you and the Tenera, you see the way they fruit, and it's almost the same thing. You will not be wondering that, but in your mind you have this conviction that you actually brought Super Gene, but in the recent you actually buy Tenera. So the variety of oil palm that you actually wanted to plant is very, very important, and that is why you need to understand, so that you not waste your money in purchasing Super Gene. Because if they are selling Super Gene oil palm seedling for you at the rate of 2,000, 3,000 naira per one, meanwhile they are selling Tenera for you and you think you are buying Super Gene, so it is actually a waste of money. So please and please always get these facts very, very clear before you actually go into oil palm farming. So but if you are intending in buying oil palm seedling, there's a description in this video that you can actually purchase from eAgripay, which is actually a place where you can actually buy any type of oil palm, any type of crops like oil palm seedlings, cocoa seedling, cashew seedling, and etc. So let's go to the actually the last one that you actually need to consider in starting your oil palm farm, which is the third one, the lifetime investment. Now let me explain. Now, oil palm takes at least uh 30, 40 years, 50 years even to before they complete their life cycle. Let's assume you are starting you started planting your oil palm at the age of 30. That means you are going to repeat it like you clock 70 years, even 80 years. So you see why? So if you are thinking of going into a kind of investment that will be a lifetime investment, and you won't even need to worry yourself much after planting it, after establish it, that means you need to consider oil palm, because it's a lifetime investment that will take you throughout at least active time. Even if you are planting it at when you are a baby, that means you will repeat till you get to the age of 40, 50. So let's assume like that. But if you are starting to if you start planting your oil palm at the age of 40, you can add 40 to it. That's 80, 90, or 50. So if you are thinking of going into a lifetime investment, oil palm is a very good one to consider because it is a lifetime investment. But however, it requires a large area of land for you to start your oil palm. So that is why the area at which it make it a little bit difficult for you to start oil palm is actually the land area. But if you have the land, why not consider oil palm? Because you are not going to actually regret at the long run, because it's a long time investment. So this is actually the pattern of this video. In my next video, I'm going to talk about how you can actually intercrop maize, intercrop inside your oil palm within 10 years after planting it. So don't forget to like this video, turn on the notification bell, and don't forget to actually subscribe to this channel. So see you in my next video.